First place, because while all of our Broads look natural, in fact they're not. They're actually created by medieval peat diggings hundreds and hundreds of years ago. So what happened was that the Vikings came over to this part of the world over 1,000 years ago. And at that time we had one of the biggest populations in England due to our thriving wool and spinning trade. And all of these people needed a lot of fuel, but the only fuel they had about was wood, and they chopped a lot of the trees down, so we're a little bit stuck really. But the Vikings gave us a solution to this problem because they taught us about peat digging. Now peat is this sort of plant matter that gets compressed and preserved in boggy areas, and you dig it out in little blocks called turbs, dry it, burn it as a fuel for heating and cooking. And over hundreds of years, vast amounts of this peat were dug out by nothing more than medieval man with a spade. But about 500 years ago all that changed. That's because medieval times were much colder than they are right now, and as the temperatures warmed up more towards how they are today, so the sea levels rose, flooding these old peat diggings and creating this magical waterland we've got today. And it really is a lovely place. You can see all these beautiful water lilies all along here, and some have small yellow flowers, but then you'll see others with big white flowers, and that's the native white water lily, which is Britain's largest native flower. When it's sunny they open up really wide, then just close up when it's cloudy, because they have more chance of pollination when they're open. And they're very rare because they're only in very clear water quality, so you know that the water's very good if you see them along here.
Little blue dragonflies busting around.
Yeah, you see all that. Well, this is, like you just said, this is a good example. You get all this on the tables and pollution in the rivers and all that. Well, 40 years ago we did have a problem. So all the boats used just to through the toilet and straight to the river.
Yeah.
Like that. We all got home here. We had to get pumped up. But this is a good example of how clean the rivers are, because these really guys have to grow.
Right.
I understand that you can drink it, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I says, you should go get a little bit.
Yeah.
But this is a good example. When we go into the next one, when we come out and check them out, we should have great bags here. That's just a couple. Yeah, the kingfish and that, sit all things like that.
Yeah. It's timeless, is it?
Not really. No. It comes in the yarn, but it doesn't really affect us.
Oh, okay.
If you want a book to the time, say cruise or what, an odd day book, so you I've never done it, but I never Wroxham to Yarmouth takes you roughly 8 hours.
So there's a man just pike fishing here in a little rubber boat, but behind that you'll see that there's a little secret Broad hidden away there. That's called the Polk. That's one of our many Broads that's cut off from the main river system. So although we've got 63 Broads, only about a dozen of them you could take a big boat like this on. The vast majority of them are either privately owned or set aside as nature reserves. And that means that while this river along here is very quiet, there's lots of space, and some of us, while this river along here is very busy, means there's lots of space for some of our shyer species to go off and hide in.
So if we go on there, going across, because we're not good weight, we make this one good weight.
Yeah.
She's straight on John's same.
Yeah.
But we go in at the top, just spin round, and they're quite happy.
Yeah. That's fair enough, isn't it, I suppose?
We say what we show you.
How you like just turn around something, come back?
Yeah, we go to side, we'll go out and we'll turn around.
Ahead of us, just flying left in front of that white boat.